Hello and welcome back. So today we're taking a look at this Cr42 Falco. Really has over time become one of my favorite aircraft, really. I really enjoy this aircraft. It's a very good biplane. But it ends up seeing a lot of planes that are not biplanes, aka monowing. But it can handle it. It has just enough engine power to be relatively quick. It has enough firepower with twin 50 cals holding 800 rounds of ammunition. It is enough to get the job done, but what's nice is how accurate they are considering they're mounted just above the engine. So you really don't have any problems with accuracy. You can really snipe your targets. You can really be very surgical almost with the placement of your shots. And that's one of my favorite things about it. It turns really well for the fact that it's a biplane, decent speed, good firepower. The only thing is, remember, it's a carbureted engine, so at points, especially with negative G's, you will end up losing power to the engine, which is fine. But really what makes this thing great is actually the people you're facing against. Quite frankly, most of the people at these lower BRs have no clue what they're doing. They don't understand a lot of things about flight and about physics and whatnot, so you can take advantage of them, which kind of shows what we do here, but we also face a couple people that actually know what they're doing. But anyways, it's really a game with myself. You got Mark IV Tomahawk up there, you got my good buddy Stonewall, and we got BMG Lorax, a friend of mine from World of Tanks University. Four of us decided to fly out together, had some fun, had a few games, and this was kind of the game that, well, really showcased exactly what makes it fun to fly in a squad. Now, this is something I always say, always fly with people in War Thunder if you can. Going it solo is fine, but in the skies, you have nowhere to hide, so it's always good to grab a buddy. But anyway, so we're climbing up here. Now, I like to climb up in low BR battles simply because most people stay down low, so you get the automatic advantage up until around the 3.0 area, generally, or even 3.3 area. As long as you climb, most of the enemies aren't. They're going to be down low trying to dogfight, even in aircraft they really shouldn't be dogfighting in, but that's a whole nother discussion. So anyways, I see a few dots out in the distance, but nothing really crazy yet. We're just kind of flying that. This typical with War Thunder realistic battles. But I would say that this is an aircraft that if you are looking for a fun starting aircraft to really learn how to fly in this game, this is a great one to do. There's a Hurricane out there. Minimu. Some of the names, guys, really. But this guy you end up seeing a lot of later on. But anyways, he's kind of a guy. I see him. Oh, he's coming for me. Now, I try to fake him out. What I do is I'm trying to look like I'm going one way, make him commit to it. Then I pull hard. He misses. I go up top. Me being in a slower biplane, I can go into the vertical. He actually cuts throttle, cuts speed. He's getting a little bit closer to me than I'd like. This is the part where my superior lift comes in handy. I come up around the top, and he just kind of gets away. I have the altitude advantage. I have the energy advantage. I want to keep above him, wait for the perfect opportunity. And now I'm thinking maybe not. Maybe not. I'm kind of deciding. Then I'm deciding now's my time. Oh, but oh wait, there's a Spitfire. Oh, sorry, Hurricane there. Hurricane Mark IIB has a solid amount of firepower, very maneuverable. I'm putting some effective shots into him. He breaks left. I pull up. Trying to slot him behind him. He goes in the vertical. Remember, he has those rockets on the bottom of him, as you can see from here. He has a lot of weight dragging him down. That's why I end up just parking right behind him, raking him with some shots. He pulls to the right. And I say, okay, buddy, I'll follow you. I can keep turning with you all day, buddy. And that's an extra weight. And rake him with a bunch of shots. Kill the pilot, he's done. If he hadn't had those rockets and if he had used his landing or combat flaps to turn, I would have had a much harder problem, because that's the one big problem with the Falco. You don't have flaps. Oh, someone tries to put a few shots at me. There's that P40. Oh, there's that dead Hurricane. P40, he's going to be fun later. He ends up causing a little bit of problems, but anyway, so we say the hell with him. Now I hear Tomahawk and Stonewall talking about you guys having fun down low. P36 and a few other guys. Thinking about that guy. No, bad angle, pull off. There's another guy right here. try to get on the Spitfire Mark 1A. Nope. Switch over to someone else. Switch over to a Buffalo. Rake him with a few shots. Bang. Notice how accurate it is. Oh. Now I lose a bit of my wing. This is bad because I've now lost my left aileron. So I'm only running on the right aileron. Oop, and the rear part of my fuselage is damaged. My center fuselage is critical. My left is black, which basically means it's unusable. And the rear part of my fuselage is also now black, which means it's not very much usable. So I am heavily damaged. So I'm saying, screw you guys. I'm going home. I am going to go land at base. But then here comes this troublemaker. Dingo. So basically what happens quite simply, ends up, he kind of is more or less trying to evade our guys, but then he kind of spots me. I spot him at the same time. I pull. I know I can outturn him, and he's gonna just try to do it. He's just trying to do it. Just trying to clips me with a few shots. They do no damage. He overshoots, so I'm fine. Really, that's kind of how that went with him. So I'm going to kind of run away from the battle. And, yeah, I can't do much. I don't have nearly as much lift on the left side as the right. So, let's put this in a nice little fun mode. Let's see if you guys like to see how you'd fly an aircraft in reality. This is kind of the view that you would have, and that looks absolutely terrifying. Not seeing much of the left wing. And now I'm going to speed up the game just so we can kind of get the landing procedure done here. And we're going to slow it down. I'm firing my gun because at this point, I'm just kind of dicking around, I'll be honest with you guys. But when I land, you notice me firing my gun, that's because I'm trying to slow down. It does create a little bit of resistance. Now, I'm coming into land pretty quickly. I don't know if you guys can notice, but I'm not exactly moving slowly. The issue is I could not slow down because of my lack of lift on the left wing. So I'm coming into land hot. I'm giving full up elevator. I'm trying to keep it straight with the rudders. I'm trying to move it side to side now to try and keep this thing from going too far. I'm just trying to throw this thing around. We're a little bit off the runway, but that's fine. We're going to be close enough. I'm going to swing her to the right and basically park it right where it took off. So there we go. That's the landing procedure. Usually with any aircraft, this is a good little fun tip. If you're missing a left wing like that, or you really don't have that much lift, you have to land at a higher speed. The slower you go, the larger that offset of lift, considering basically a lot of times you forget that there's a small percentage of lift being generated from the fuselage and some other components and other drag. So essentially having the issue of the left side is producing not as much lift, and then theoretically, because some of it's missing, not as much drag, so you're being kind of torn, slightly cockeyed. Now there we go, see, look at Tomahawk, he had 2 kills, Stonewalk had 2 kills, Stonewall, BMG Lorax had a kill, and I'm on 2. So we're at 7 kills for the group. And 7 of them are dead. So yeah, I think so far we have gotten all the kills. Well, actually, sorry, I think 8 of them are dead or something like that. But the point is we end up getting almost all the kills. So, I take off again. And this thing takes off quite quickly, around 100, 105. You lift up from it. I kind of give this HE-112 some room to land. He was coming in hot, though. But that's fine. So, one thing I will say is I really enjoy the way this game looks. This is sometimes just such a beautiful game to run. Speed it up a little bit and get farther on. But some tips really... Oh, by the way, they're missing a little part of it. But some tips whenever flying these kind of fighters. You want to try and get a small energy advantage and just keep turning. And, well, I got bored flying back, I'll be honest. So I'm going to have a little bit of fun just flying by in the city. A nice little flyby. But anyway, so sometimes you got to do something with the boredom of just waiting around. But alright, I'm kind of flying. We got an MC-200 up ahead. There's Tomahawk just lying on the ground over there in the Cr42. Now, here we're going to come across our Kitty Hawk. Our little Kitty Hawk friend, who, going to cause us a few issues. As he pretty much normally does. As he tried to do before. So there he is. Now, quite frankly, guys, this is what I say about accuracy. This is what I say about precision. I line up in a head-on with him, fire my gun straight at his cockpit, pull off, I know I killed him. Now, to anybody that really knows War Thunder, I basically just did a suicide run. He has 650 cals, I have 2. He is far more durable, I am very fragile. Yeah, but that's all about knowing your gun convergence and knowing how to shoot at long range. You just lead above the target slightly, and what you do is you rake horizontally very slightly at long range. So no matter what, you ensure some of those rounds are going to hit, and some of them went straight through and killed the pilot, and it also ripped off his right wing. So that's just kind of down to experience. So we're on 3 kills now, which is pretty solid. It's nothing spectacular, but you know, in this kind of match, it's not bad at all. But anyways, there's the Hurricane. Now, guys, this is probably... You guys are probably going to be laughing at the amount of rounds I put into this Hurricane to kill him. It's a Hurricane Mark IV. He's the one with the twin 40s. He can derp around. He can have some fun. And quite frankly, I am pretty much struggling to keep up with this guy. And now I slotted on him. Now I'm going to start putting in the rounds. I know in the game it looks like I'm missing, but actually in game, the rounds we're hitting, the rounds show up slightly behind the aircraft usually. So I'm putting rounds into this guy. And he's just tanking them. He's just taking them and not giving a crap. So we keep putting in more rounds, keep putting in more ammo, putting in all the shots. He banks down. You see he pulls off, that's fine. I'll gain a little bit of altitude. He pulls left, trying to follow him. Nope, there goes an ally. Putting in even more rounds. Nope. Putting in more shots. More shots. Nope. Oh, now I got damage of his tail. Putting in more shots. Still. Finally, kill the pilot. So that's 4 kills for me at 1,719 experience. And then you got another 5 kills for the group. So that's actually 9 kills for the squad. So I would say this about the Falco. If you want to get an aircraft to learn how to become a turn fighter, in the early tiers, this is one of the best in the game. It makes you be very conservative with your ammo, make your shots count, not take hits, and maneuver your aircraft correctly. I can't think of many aircraft that are better in the BR rating it's at. So, I would say thank you all for watching. I hope you guys liked this video. Hit like down the bottom, comment on, and let me know what you guys think. I hope to see you guys in the skies, and I shall catch you next time.